Welcome to the Barber Game Podcast. I go by the name of DJ Meek Chops.
Hey, people, this is Smith.
What it do? This is Marcus.
What's good, everybody? This your boy Merv Mill on the check-in, and this is the
Barber Game Podcast.
Today's topic of discussion is the booth rent versus commission and hourly pay, right? And the first conversation about this is I'm gonna get into the benefits of booth rent. It's been a skeptical thing over the years, you know, when it comes to barbers being in school and choosing where they want to work. A big part of their decision is all comes down to how do they get paid, how much money they would make, which is a legit concern, right? That's a legit concern.
Right.
So
you want to know what you're making.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? You want to know the potential of what you're making. And I think that's reasonable. I know that was one thing that I thought about when I first started.
That's one of the first questions I asked. You know, how does it work? You know?
How does it work?
Out of school, what's going on?
For real. Y'all paying me by the hour or the commission? So I came across booth rent years and years ago at the first shop that I actually worked at. And I thought that it was productive. Booth rent was, at the time, it was like $125 a week. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, man, it was like a good. That was a good thing for me at the time. You know what I'm saying? I just came out of barber school.
How much were haircuts back then?
It was $15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously.
I was about to say regionally, to touch on that regionally.
Yeah.
Because in some places, obviously wasn't charging it.
And this was back in 2003 or 4.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was almost 20 years ago. But what I liked about it was the fact that everything kind of depended on me.
Yeah.
And I can kind of control my own destiny. I can give myself a raise whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, I can come in and work on a Saturday and just clear that in like a few hours.
Yeah, pay the whole rent that day.
Yeah, I could pay the whole rent in one day and whatnot. And so, you know, I thought that it was something that I really wanted to kind of build my future off of. And when I did open the shop, I felt like that was the most fair way to go about it, because I seen the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, real quick, when I started my shop, right, I started at $175, which was expensive at the time. Can you believe that?
All right.
2005. And it was actually expensive at that time.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's 2022. But
I think one of the biggest benefits about, you know, booth rent is that usually there's no limitations of how many hours you can actually put in.
Yep.
If you don't have any children, which for a long time I didn't have any kids, you know what I mean?
right.
All day you could be.
I was there for 11 years, 12 years. I was literally at the shop Sunday to Sunday for a while. I remember that for like at least my first 2 years.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
You know? And 9 times out of 10, if you got a shop owner, he's not going to tell you, hey,
can't be in there.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to want his booth rent at the end of the week.
So it's like, yo.
You know?
So that was one of the biggest benefits that I thought was like, you can easily overlook this if you're in another situation. You know what I mean? You'll never think about that. You know what I mean?
Very flexible.
So,
you know? And I think, honestly, you make the most out of all of it. Once you kind of get your feet, you know, in the game and, you know, establish yourself, you got a clientele, I think you make the most off of booth rent out of the three, to be honest, you know. It gives the barber opportunity to really make some money.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that it motivates me. It makes me want to come into work. Because sometimes when I'm even on vacation, I'm like, I'm not making any money. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't wait to get back.
Yeah, I look at vacation differently, like everybody else.
Thanks.
You know, somebody that's paid vacation, I'm not getting paid.
Exactly.
I'm spending money right now. This is double loss. You know?
Yeah.
I always look at it like that.
Our paid vacation is not having to pay booth rent.
Yeah.
And that depends on the barbershop if they offer that.
Right.
You know?
So is that like some of the downsides to it?
I mean, the downsides you already know. If you're new to an area and you got no clientele, and you don't have nothing, you know, and you can't, you know, that's hard. And like I said, in the beginning, trying to pay that $175 or whatever it is, it's gonna be difficult. You're more accountable for that, you know. If you ain't really pushing the cars and pushing, you know, trying to meet people, it's gonna be hard.
I think that's pretty legit what you're saying, but I mean, for the most part, man, we work with guys. You know that. y'all know that we.
Yeah, but
we
not
work 'em
every
up.
shop it works
work
the
'em up.
same.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess that would go to depending.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
because
right.
regionally prices, so it's like
Yeah, it's
And
175. We're not, but we're just using it as an example.
Yeah.
For other people.
Yeah.
And then also if the barbershop is not located in the right area, it can affect it even more. Like for us, I mean, where we were, it was ideal because it was a nail shop next door, a DOL next door, a Department of Licensing, a 7-Eleven. We
Restaurants
had
everywhere.
Busy,
we
it's
had
busy.
busy, and then for you as well,
Right by the mall. Yeah.
right by the mall. So
Yeah.
you have foot traffic every day.
Yeah.
And if you don't make money that way, that's on you
Yeah.
at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things, man, is just being at the shop. One haircut a day really covers your booth rent. You know what I'm saying? If you get one done
least,
every
yeah.
single day. And when you first start, right? When
yeah.
you first start, typically you're not starting at full booth rent anyway. It's a gradual. It's a gradual incline. I mean, people.
Some
that do
people-
that,
I feel like some people might just don't make
Yeah, I
it.
think so too.
if they do that, if they do that, they probably got a high volume shop. So you know what I'm saying. It's probably mad people coming in. We kind of built ours off appointments. You know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
the traffic is a little bit more controlled like that. We all think no.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're booked out, you can't stop a walk-in. So you can always be overflowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can always be end up shooting.
Or someone like,
Shouldn't
you
have
got
gone. Not
time
taking
for my brother? You got time for my dad?
Yeah. Can you get one more?
One more?
You seen I have nothing online. You know I can.
Yeah. One other thing about flaw and booth rent, like licensing and stuff like that, you're responsible
Oh,
for
yeah.
all of those
Yeah.
fees, all your dispensary stuff,
Your own,
towels, all that.
everything.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that's a flaw, more so that just
More
you have to be
responsibility.
aware of
Right.
that you're responsible. As these things run out, you're gonna be running around, hopefully not to all your comrades, but to some of them, and borrowing. So to make sure you make good alliances within your shop, if you
Right.
have that ability to
Well,
do
you
that.
gotta you gotta kind of be in control of your. That's a good point, but
Yeah,
you
I mean-
also gotta be You gotta be in control of your taxes as well, right?
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
gotta document
Absolutely.
all
All
your
your
Yes.
money.
money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
responsibility.
Is an like a 70-30 type of thing.
Yeah.
And
You
then
don't
their
work, you don't
hourly,
eat.
then hourly is minimum wage plus tip.
So if I work on like a Monday commission and I don't do anybody that day, do I owe the shop some money
No.
at the end because I didn't do anything?
Yeah.
So you don't owe them anything, but
No.
if you do something, then you give them the 70 or the
Whatever.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that you give them; they
take
give
it.
you.
They take it.
Yeah, let's get
Someone's giving.
That.
my bad.
Yeah.
In a more organized, like big salon barbershop, they have a structure, right? I've worked at a salon that was a 70-30, and I had to write down first of all, when clients called, I also was the front desk girl. I would write down in the calendar book an appointment, whatever, and then I would check it and write how much they paid, and then on paper I would have to write how much I made, and then do a 70-30 split there.
They relied on you to do that.
So as a barber, you did see some benefits of it though.
Oh, for sure. I would never do commission. Are you kidding me? No. It's just unless it's
That's not a
organized.
shot to anybody.
Well,
That's not
she's
shot
done
to
both.
anybody.
I've never
Yeah.
done commission, so
I thought she was
I-
gonna be like,
I feel it though.
I don't know.
not a
I
shot at
can't
no
see
one.
myself, at that time for a flat iron it was $35 and doing 70-30 on that. And it wasn't like I was busy every
15
day.
bucks, 20 bucks,
Yeah,
$12.
and I'm like, no.
So the benefits of it pretty much are the fact that you don't have to worry about nothing.
you
just
don't
show
have to
up.
worry about nothing.
Provide-
at it from an employee kind of mindset.
Yeah. And then
Almost. It's like it's right in between booth rent and hourly pay.
Well, like
it's
And
right
then-
in the middle.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the other benefit is with not having to worry about anything, you get your paid vacation, you get your health care, you get your
You get paid vacation on
yeah
Commission?
yeah, and then you get your
Because I guess you'd be an employee at that.
Yeah.
essentially.
they have to
Yeah,
provide you with 401k or whatever, like insurances and all that stuff,
Makes sense.
So it benefits. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So whatever benefit you get with a paycheck job,
Yeah.
you
still
get
get
that.
with the commission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good benefit.
The biggest thing is going to be predicated on is going to be on the split. So if it's 50-50, 60-40, these are the numbers I've seen, or 70-30. 70 being for the barber, 30 being for the company. So that's going to be the biggest thing. You know what I mean? That's like you want to know what your split is and then what it entails.
Right.
So like Mess was saying, just doubling down on that. Does it include my dispensary? Do I have to provide myself? You pay me gas if I do something, an errand for the shop, so to speak, or something like that. So I would say, in terms of flaws, my thing is I had a barber that came specifically. It was a long time ago. It was like back in like 2013. But the barber came from a commissioned barbershop, and he came to this location, and I feel like he wasn't prepared for the world to me. I hate to be like anything. He just seemed like.
What do you mean prepared for the world?
For the world, like he just
engagement.
Yeah,
with
like he just
society.
So like he was young. He was very scared. No, he was older than me. He was scared though. He was like, "Yo, so like, am I gonna be able to make it or like what?" And he was like, "I never did commission. I've been on commission this whole time. I've been cutting hair for 3 years. Good barber, good dude. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm talking about."
I probably do.
You know what I'm talking about.
But go ahead, continue.
Came from another shop, and he came here, and he was like, "Yo, man, you think I'm gonna be making it?" I'm looking at him like, bro, his haircut's gas, like better than mine, low key. And I'm like, bro, you.
He didn't have no confidence for it.
Yeah, like he's just scared. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like he wasn't prepared.
You got stuck in commission. You got comfortable with that.
Super comfortable, man.
Right.
And from what he explained to me, he said that if you're commissioned, so like, the downside to that too was also the more he cut, the more they charged him. See what I'm saying? So I don't know if there was like a sliding scale on their commission.
Wow.
On their split. That was a whole different system.
Well, for the business
You know
owner,
what I mean?
That's a lot.
That's a
That's
major
crazy.
come up for the business owner.
So that was the way he explained it. And he's
That's
like,
a crazy agreement. Why would
Yeah,
you-
I know, right? Like,
No, but there's
Because the
but there,
agreement had to be there.
it all comes down to the responsibility level, I guess.
but what you signed
when you
up
cut
for.
more. You
No, what
gotta
I'm saying
pay
is,
more?
look, let's keep it a buck.
That's crazy.
With booth rent, if you got to pay that regardless, right?
Yeah.
So that's the big responsibility.
Busy or not busy.
Yeah,
Busy or not busy.
Busy or not
You
busy.
taking that responsibility to make sure your booth rent is paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If it ain't paid, then shit, you go out of
You
business.
definitely ain't
right.
kidding. Right.
So with the commission thing, from what I could tell so far, is like they ain't got to worry about that. That's the one biggest responsibility
Yeah.
that I think they don't want,
Right.
Right.
and which is legit, I guess.
Well, you gotta step out. You gotta be.
It was nervous.
Yeah, you
gotta
gotta
step
definitely
out.
gotta step out.
It's one thing to love what you do, but it's a whole nother thing to be motivated.
Yeah, that's
You can have the skills in doing hair. You can have all the skills, but do you want to be a business minded person or do you want to just come in and work? You know what I mean? Because I feel like some people don't understand what it takes to be in a booth rent position.
Right.
You are self-motivated. You have to care. You have to think about everything. And sometimes I don't think we've done it for so long that we're not even thinking about the things that would be intimidating to them.
For to the hourly pay, because if it was like hourly pay versus commission,
close,
versus,
they're close.
like, so
They're very
close.
close. I think hourly pay.
Hourly pay would probably the best if it was
just starting out.
if it was possible. I mean, it depends on how much you pay me per hour.
I think if you
What
think about
hourly are we
it,
You pay me
talking
more
about?
than $80 an hour.
there is like the the big salons, and then
that's
you
what it
have
comes down to.
you have then your Great Clips, right? I think
Yeah.
that's more hourly, right?
Minimum wage hourly.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
but
That would make it not a no.
Yeah.
No.
or supercuts or
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's
and,
like 16 over here right now.
yeah.
City is 16 right now.
Yeah, but
Pretty high.
other states ain't
No, I
that
know.
fortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then tips, right? And then do you even get a creative outlet?
No, you gotta go on a plan. They got you.
Yeah. Because what
You
I
gotta put out a certain amount of haircuts and a certain amount of.
Well, apparently you can't even
One.
spend a certain amount of time on
Yeah.
all that.
They
But
limit
I don't
you
know
on
the
time.
details.
No, you're right.
Allegedly, I don't.
yeah, I've heard that too allegedly.
I heard a lot too. That has to be true.
Well, I've known people that work there too.
Yeah.
That's
so
what
it's
they say,
yo,
too, like, you know,
you gotta.
in
They
and out.
don't want you spending 30 minutes on
Nah.
the person.
Yeah. And
It's
then
taking time in the seat for the next person.
and it's just It's a great place to start out
Yeah.
at, but it's not something I would want to retire from.
Especially as a new barber, I feel like the most important thing is getting your reps.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's a good place to get your reps. You know, if they're just every 20 minutes type of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can get you can get a lot of haircuts in, and you get better quickly. You know,
Yeah.
get your reps up.
Definitely. I just don't. For me,
I mean, who's really paying?
I was
who's
just thinking
really
about
paying
something right now.
real money
You know
to
how they
cut
do the
hair?
undercover boss thing? Like we walk into one of those and try to
Yeah.
just see if we can keep up with it.
Disguise.
15 minutes.
but you also have people that don't want to pay $30 for a haircut. They're like, oh, for a buzz cut? No, I wouldn't pay that much.
Yeah.
I can get less at, I can pay less at like a supercuts.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
so
Split clips and get that hot
every
towel.
place has their barbers,
It's
and
a
every place has
business
their
plan.
customers.
Yeah.
You know,
but
so
it's guaranteed. You know, the
It's
hourly's
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
You
And
know,
all they
whether
do is
someone
show
walks in or not.
whether they
Yeah.
cut hair or not. Yeah, they get that
You know.
paycheck.
The downside is obviously you're limiting yourself. You know, you're not really. You could do 20 haircuts a day, or you could do 2, and you're still getting paid the same amount. You know,
Right.
And so I don't know. For hourly, I guess it goes back to what you're saying. How much you're getting.
Yeah,
hourly.
that number got to be crazy.
You got to be
man.
up there. Yeah.
You know, because again, man, you could do 3 haircuts in an hour and get paid regular.
Yeah.
You know, haircuts if you charge $30
Right.
an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's about 90.
That's $90 an hour.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if you're taking your time and you're doing a half-hour cut, even if you're charging $45 and you're taking 1 hour on a cut, that's
Yeah.
still $45 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
$100
It's
a
not
cut.
bad. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what I'm
$100
saying?
1 hour.
yeah.
A 5-day work week, man. That's
Yeah,
that's
40
pretty good.
hours.
That's pretty good living,
Right.
You know, depending on where you live and all of that. But yeah, I don't think nobody's paying those type of numbers. I mean,
I don't
if
think
there
so.
You know,
I mean,
where
they-
they at?
Nah,
Please comment if you know someone that's giving that.
I think you have to be on some type of booth rent or commission pay to
Yeah.
make a lot of money.
What about salary? I wonder if there's any
Salary,
salary
yeah.
barbers.
salary?
no, thank you.
What if we're like
I think-
100K guaranteed, but you
I think-
pay here?
No.
I think so.
Yeah, you got to put in all the overtime.
Hey, there's
we
not
need.
a lot of
No,
vacation
but I was
time.
just
No,
gonna say,
because- yeah.
You're responsible
Little
for
bit of sick
everything.
Have you guys
You're responsible for
Have you ever
everything.
heard of mandatory overtime? No, thank you.
I was gonna say though, like entourage barbers, there's entourage
Salary, right?
barbers.
It had to be salary bar. Or the people that
I'm
travel with
not-
people and stuff like
I heard
that.
this a long time.
Rappers
ago.
and stuff?
Diddy, yeah, I heard Diddy's barber get paid.
Floyd, 1,000 a cut, something like that.
Do I want to deal with?
I don't know that
with
I
a
could-
Diddy? Do I want to deal
that,
with
take
a
Yeah, DJ
Mayweather?
Khaled,
No,
they're moving in the chair, and you gotta like keep up with
No.
them. Don't mess them up, you know.
I don't want
Mess 'em
to.
up.
Don't mess them up. You know?
It's not even don't mess him up. I don't want to deal with a
taking phone calls?
personality like that. That just no,
Well,
thank you.
The thing about it is you definitely limiting yourself to, in my vision of
Mm-hmm.
it is because you got to cater to like one
Yeah.
specific situation. You got to
Yeah.
be available all the time.
Can you tell people no? Like, if
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
really.
saying.
I don't know if you can. Man.
Can I feel like I'm not cutting this
Like
guy's
if they
hair?
paying you that real bag, then
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you can say no.
Yeah,
Like
I guess.
and
for
that,
them.
that would be a problem for me.
Yeah,
Some
I-
clients, you gotta tell them no. I don't know. I got a couple, but if you can't tell them no, that's definitely a
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother
That's a
thing.
whole nother episode, right there.
Yeah. what do we call my man? What's his name?
Yeah. I don't know. I forget,
I
man.
think it was Edward or something.
It's something like
You guys think in the conclusion of what y'all would go with? I personally, I'm gonna go with booth rent.
Stay right where I'm
Booth
at.
rent.
Yeah, stay right where I'm
Yeah.
at.
All day.
Once I got to booth rent, I think I can't go to anything
Yeah.
else now.
Nah.
No.
Knowing this is what it is, I can't go
Yeah.
backwards. I feel if it's backwards to me, I feel
Yeah.
like moving backwards.
It would be moving backwards.
You know.
Actually, I just thought about it. I have a job that is hourly.
Cutting hair.
My state job.
True.
It's hourly. I get paid hourly.
And you do it because what the
Benefits.
benefits.
Yeah.
The benefits.
Yeah.
So
I do it
if
for
you could
benefits.
do both, I guess. If you do one for the benefits,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
I forgot about that.
That's definitely a move.
And what do you do for the state?
Oh, I cut at a facility that has people living there with mental behavior health issues. And I cut their hair not for vanity reasons, but for reasons of cleanliness and them not pulling their hair out or them not chewing on their hair, or, they could be in their 70s but have the mentality of a 2-year-old, so they're not knowing to put their hair out of the way, so they trip and fall. So that's where I come in and I trim,
That is
cut,
dope.
whatever.
That's good. You
dope.
making
And-
money and doing a good deed.
Yeah, and work for the state and be a state employee and get state benefits.
Fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
mastermind her situation.
Yeah, I need something like that to get going. Yeah.
I mean, look into working if you can, the prison, the jails, whatever, because that's still a state.
Yeah.
You know, find yourself something like that.
We actually get emails about that all the time.
Yeah, I don't think
I think I'm gonna pass them emails on to you.
Yeah, you guys should. Okay. You should, because I wouldn't work at the jail, but maybe you guys can. Only for safety reasons.
Well, I hope you guys got a good idea about the difference and the pros and the cons of booth rent versus hourly pay and commission. As y'all can see, we're going to stick with the booth rent over here.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel discouraged if you're in another situation, though. Sometimes, you know, like Mess said, you know what I mean, it doesn't fit every individual, you know, to be in that instance. If you're in a commission or you're in an hourly pay, you know.
It may just, work out.
Yeah, it might be just a situation that you're in right now, or just for the time being, and then you feel like you can step up and be a little bit more accountable and be a little bit more independent, then you can go be...
And I also think it works a lot for parents to be in commission because of the flexibility of scheduling, yeah. You know, and having the insurances that they need for their kids and stuff. So it all depends on what you're doing, what works for your lifestyle, not what you...
Yeah, y'all don't think we're being biased, right?
No.
Just because we all doing the booth rent thing.
It works.
I mean, because
we know about it though. Like,
from a business aspect, we would definitely make a lot more money now. Like
as owners.
As owners.
You know
what I'm saying? We would make a lot more money, but I think we'd be less successful because, you know, commission based. I don't even know why Barber would work at a place that charged them commission. Me personally.
That's from being there. It can't be backwards.
Being in those shoes, like I feel like that's why we structured our business to do booth rent, because we just, it's not like, you know, we're anti-commission because we don't want the money. It's just we anti-commission because I don't think we would have the success that we have without it. You know, without doing booth rent.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Hopefully, y'all got something out of it. Leave us a comment in the boxes below, and we'll catch up with y'all next time.
That concludes this week's episode. Tune in next week and check us out at thebarbergame.com.